process for evaluation?
Yeah, yes, Sharatha.
Arshita, okay, perfect. I think a timer, Aishwarya is the timer. You got the physical cards with you there?
Yes, I have the physical cards.
Okay. For the interest of online, when we are doing for evaluators, you might have to just move a bit more closer to the camera and show it. Maybe the room camera, or I think as of now it is fine. We are able to make out.
I'll sign in and put in this one also.
That
Uh,
might be tough, but if you're able to do that, fine. Otherwise, you can show it to the Suman's screen also. I mean, anything.
Yeah, okay, I could do that. Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, but all right. So shall we begin? The recording has started. Okay, good to go. Somebody at room, can you confirm?
Yes, good to go.
Okay, perfect. Thanks everybody, and welcome to the session 125 of the Radisys SoundBytes Club. So it is kind of like a what you can say, a mini milestone session, being a 125th. So I'm happy that it is happening as a icebreaker marathon. And special thanks to all the speakers who are lined up for today for taking up the speaker role. Can we have a round of applause to them? Because icebreaker speeches, I believe, is the tougher one. Just a quick suggestion, Aishwarya, maybe one of you can use that wireless mouse and mute learning hub if you guys are not speaking, because there's a lot of noise coming from there.
Wait, 1 second.
Just that, yeah, wireless mouse you can keep, and probably, or we can do it, but then unmuting you'll have to do it yourself. Yes, I am muted, but okay, perfect. So again, yes, thanks to all the speakers and all the role takers who are here, and it's great to see that all the speakers have come forward to deliver the speeches in person, which is very important, I feel, because online you do not really get the sense of an audience. And one request to all the members here is that the main benefit of you having a paid license happens when you give a speech. So please target to deliver a speech. And what the Toastmasters recommend is try to complete one level across a year. That's not tough to achieve, right? So try to complete one level a year. And then those who are giving icebreakers today, it's a great start, but please don't stop at this. Try to continue and finish your L1 level 1 of your speech. That's how you get the maximum benefit. And then, of course, I forgot that today I'm also the SA. So I need to mention certain ground rules. The ground rule number 1 is those who are online, please, of course, try to come on camera so that we can have a better interaction. And thanks to everybody who are there in person on the room. We mute ourselves if we are not actively speaking, and kindly refrain from speaking about sex, religion, or politics. So these are the ground rules from SAA. And now coming back as a president to continue from where I left off. Thanks again and welcome again to the session 125. Wishing all the very best to all the speakers who are lined up for today. And since we do not have a TMOD, I'll be calling upon the tag team and the role takers for the day, one after the other. So first, I would like to mention about the agenda. Of course, the agenda is icebreaker marathon. Since we have an icebreaker marathon, we have 4 speeches lined up. We have a speech from Richa, Sumant, Mokshat, and Renuka lined up for today. And followed by the evaluations. But as mentioned earlier, since some of the evaluators might have to step out earlier, so the order is going to be this. So we'll have a speaker Mokshat give his icebreaker speech first, followed by speaker Renuka giving her icebreaker speech next, which will be followed by the evaluations by the respective evaluators, that is Bhargavi for Mokshat and Gaurav for Renuka. After that, we will continue with the speaker 3, which will be Richa, and speaker 4 will be Sumant for today, followed by the evaluations by Sharath, who's the evaluator for Richa, and Aishwarya, who's the evaluator for Sumant. Okay, so this is how we are going to go about. That is today's agenda. And so we'll have a mix of speeches, then evaluation, then speeches, then evaluation. And finally, we'll be having the voting. And once the voting is done, we will close the session for the day. And now, without further ado, we can get started. We can move forward to the most anticipated segment. But before that, yes, I need to introduce the tag team and the evaluators. So can we have, so we have timer Aishwarya with us. Aishwarya, can you please quickly explain your role? Yeah, you could unmute Learning Hub.
Hello, everyone. For the benefit of those present in person, my job as timer is going to be to monitor the time taken by all of you in delivering your speeches and for the evaluators while delivering their evaluations. For the icebreaker speeches, you have a time limit between 4 and 6 minutes, a minimum of 4 minutes and a maximum of 6 minutes. At the 4-minute mark, I will show the green card. At the 5-minute mark, I will show the yellow card. And at the 6-minute mark, I will show the red card. And ideally, you get another 30 seconds. So 6 minutes, 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. In competitions, if you go beyond the 30-second mark, then you will get disqualified. Or if you go if your speech is less than 4 minutes long, you will get disqualified. But over here, that is not the case. So take your time, go with it. For evaluations, the time limit is between 2 and 3 minutes. So I will be showing the red and yellow, red and green screens online for your benefit. So you can ping me when it is time for your evaluations. But at the 2-minute mark, I will be showing the green card. The green card. At the 2-minute 30-second mark, I will be showing the yellow card. And at the 3-minute mark, I will be showing the red card until the speaker stops speaking. That will be my role. And at the end of the session, I will present my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aishwarya. And now moving on to the next tag team, that is a grammarian. We have Harshita as grammarian for today. Harshita, could you please talk about your role?
Yeah, sure. Am I visible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, sure. Today, my role as a grammarian, throughout the meeting, I will listen to everyone's usage of English language during the course of the meeting. And I will introduce the word of the day and encourage its use by speakers, evaluators, and today there are no table topics, right? Okay. Let me introduce the word of the day. I will share my screen. Yeah, the word of the day is bestow. I will pronounce again. The word of the day is bestow. It's a verb. It means that confer or present an honor, right, or gift. Example: the queen has bestowed a knighthood on him. I will share this word of the day in the chat as well. I will monitor the usage of the English language during the course of the meeting along with the word of the day usage. I will note who uses the word of the day or derivative of it correctly or incorrectly. I will listen to the word usage and note the awkward use or misuse of English language, such as incomplete sentences, incorrect grammar, etc. I will just offer the correct usage in every instances where the word of the day is misused instead of used incorrectly. Thank you, Sharad.
Thank you, Harshita, for explaining your role. Now, moving on quickly to the evaluators. As we have all as icebreaker speeches, maybe only the first evaluator has to mention what actually is expected from the speaker. Others can just maybe just wish the all the best to their respective speaker. So without further ado, I would like to bestow the screen now to Bhargavi, who is the evaluator for Mokshat's icebreaker speech. Bhargavi, over to you.
Thank you, Sharad. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'll be evaluating the icebreaker speech for Mokshit. And since we have all four icebreaker speeches today, a very warm welcome to all of you to the Toastmasters Club. You're starting your first speech, being the member of this club. Uh, Congratulations. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of public speech. So these speeches today that we are going to have will help us know these members better. So wishing all of them the very best. I'll be back with my evaluation once called upon. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhargavi. Now moving on to the next evaluator, Gaurav, who will be evaluating Renuka's icebreaker speech. Over to you, Gaurav.
Thank you, Sharad. Good evening, everyone. So I'm playing a role of evaluator for Renuka's speech today. As Bhargavi explained, this particular speech is to know more about the speaker. And as the timer said, the time limit for this speech is 4 to 6 minutes. So I think if we just adhere these two things, then you all are going to rock. All the best, everyone. Thank you, Sharad.
Thank you, Gaurav. And I'll be one of the evaluator. I will evaluate the icebreaker speech for Richa. Wish you all the best. And finally, we will have Aishwarya, who is the evaluator for Sumant. So probably you can just wish all the best to Sumant. The thumbs up on the room. Thank you. Thanks, Aishwarya. Now, moving on to the most awaited segment, we'll move on to the first icebreaker speech. Just give me 1 second while I am. Right. So for giving first icebreaker speech, we have a Mokshat with us. A quick intro. In his words, he's into dancing. He's a state level volleyball and football player. That's impressive. And his title today is Introvert to Extrovert. So Mokshat, if you can stand and come in front, I will again tell the title and your name, then you can get started. Right, Mokshat. Yes. So here we have Mokshat, introvert to extrovert. Introvert to extrovert, Mokshat.
I think it's not unmuted. Not unmute.
Unmuted and
Yes, sir.
yes.
Oh, sure. Hello, guys.
And light is also dim. Can we switch on the light in the learning hub?
It's pretty bad, isn't it?
Maybe the first row light, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
From
better.
here it is
Thoda
better.
better,
From here
but
it is better.
Yeah, this is a good idea.
Yeah.
No,
That will.
Wait. Switch off the lights. Is this better?
Better.
Switch off the lights.
Yeah.
No, keep
This is
the
better.
lights on. Yeah. Shall we all move this way?
Yeah.
We'll move that side. Apologies for all of this adjustment.
yeah, timer just start when he is starting his
Okay.
speech. Yeah.
Hello guys, hope all are doing good. Yeah, so at first I would like to start. So my introductions, whenever I used to, meet people, it won't exceed more than 30 seconds. Okay, but as I have got an opportunity and I'm grateful for that, so I would like to begin with a story. Okay, so almost around 24 years ago, a boy was born in the city which is known as City of Dreams and also known as Amchi, Mumbai. Okay, so the boy he started his schooling, and when he was in the second grade, he noticed his classmates after the class they used to go for some of the classes, mostly like dance classes or singing classes, and it might be karate classes. And that boy was wondering, okay, so what are my hobbies? What are my talents? What are my areas of interest? So after that, he got an opportunity in the same school. There was organization who had came and they had put up a singing competition and singing classes. So I attended that. So the boy attended that, and after that, there was only one day the boy attended, and the next day, the second day was never there. The reason is because in the first day, the singing class, the teacher thought was Sare Gama Pada Nisa, Sani Dapa Magaresa. This was it, and for the boy, it was not at all interested. So that's the reason it was never a second day for that. After that, as we all know, in primary schools like UKG, LKG, first standard, second standard, so whole class participates on the annual days or school days. So that's the point when the boy got to know, okay, this is what I have to do. The dance, mainly the dance. So this is what I can improve as a hobby or a talent, which I can make it out. So after that day, whenever that boy got a chance, that performing in the stage or competition wise, he was always up for it. And the days passed, and after that, the boy slowly moved into the sports too. So in the sports, he used to he was very good with football and volleyball, but it was not notified. But when he was in 10th grade, he got selected in the states for volleyball and football. And in athletics wise, he was a gold medalist in high jump in district level. So, but after all this, he had so much exposure. He had so much people meeting on daily basis, and there were a lot of people. There were a lot of tournaments he was attending, but still he was introvert. And the reason is because he was showing his talent, but there was no communication. There was not much communication in that. So that was the reason he was lacking on that. So it shifted. The transition from introvert to extrovert happened when he got into his college life. So in the college life, he started attending all the cultural fest or management fest and marketing fest over a span of 3 years. So in the third year, he was totally a extrovert, and that college life changed the boy's life. And I would like to end my speech by stating, if you're around 4 people who are not ambitious, who are not thinking, okay, I should improve on myself, you'll be the 5th one. If you're around 4 people who are doing nothing productive, you'll be the 5th one. But if you're around 4 people who want something to do, who want to better themselves, who knows they are lacking in something and who wants to improve, you'll be the 5th one. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mokshat. That was a very inspirational speech as well. And I'm happy that you're also bestowed upon the role of employee engagement in Radisys. I think that suits you from what I have heard from your speech today. So wish you all the best. And yes, without further ado, we can move on to the second speaker for today. If you just give me one moment. Renuka, probably you can be
Yes.
positioned, but I will, yeah, give your introduction and the title. Yes, you are visible. Can you just say test 1, 2, 3, 4? Renuka?
Yeah, test 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, audible as well. All right. So here we have Renuka with her icebreaker speech. In her words, she believes in fight until your last breath. And here we have Renuka, the speech title Warrior. Renuka, Warrior. Warrior, Renuka. Over to you.
Thanks, Sharat. Hi, everyone. Okay, before I start off the speech, I just want to shoot a couple of questions to people around here, just to understand if I'm in the right track. So, as for you, who is the warrior? The moment you hear the word warrior, whom do you imagine? Mom.
A fighter.
Soldier.
Soldier.
Can I have a couple of more answers, please? Probably the other way around leaders. Fair enough.
Mother.
Thanks, sure. Okay. And if you want to relive your life or phase or particular phase of your life, which would be that? Which phase of your life?
College.
College life, teenage probably. Childhood. Teenage.
College.
College. Great, good to know. But for me, right, I don't want to relive my childhood, very frankly. And for me, warrior, I would go ahead with Moksh's answer and drop with Sharat's second option, mom. I would opt for as a parent, right? So the reason why I chose, title as warrior is the way things moved for me during my childhood. You all would have heard bedtime stories. Would have even you can really recall the memories wherein you would be literally tagging your parents, right? Especially the mother. I never had that option, but still, my parents have imprinted all the valuables, life lessons in my life. I would hardly live with my parents for 7 days. The reason is the financial constraints that they face throughout their life. And I was, I had a guardian, probably what you call as a foster care, right? And so I started leading my life from the age of 1 year, 8 months in the foster care. So you know how it is, irrespective of whoever it is. You still don't have that, luxury, probably I could say, to lead that life. What you really have to lead as a child, as an infant, as a toddler, whatever it is, right? Those 7 days in my life, probably in a year, okay, that's right from March 28th, it starts. And it runs somewhere between, say, April, May. It depends. If I have taken a break during my Dasra leaves, those leaves will be adjusted in March, summer vacation. So in a year, I can be with my parents for 7 to 10 days maximum, okay, right? So those were the days I have really lived, right? So the thing here is what I've learned from my parents. All the life lessons most of the people would have learned here is through their parents. Let's keep aside the other part, but 80% of your life skills are from your parents. But for me, it was only 7 days. So in those 7 days, the life was extremely good, right? But unfortunately, those 7 days were the most anxious days for my parents because they felt we had a luxury life in our foster care and they were trying to match that which is behind their reach for those 7 days. And that gave a fight for them. They had to work throughout the other 300 plus days to match the 7 days. Let it be to get me a breakfast. That would be hardly a steamed cake, the idli. To get me 3 meals in a day for those 7 days was difficult for them. So they used to fight. My mother did all hard jobs. Let it be right from construction works till the paddy field works and whatnot. All hard works. My father used to work 20 hours almost in a day. Like, he used to be a watch mechanic and he used to do all those things and ensured he gave the best. Unfortunately, things turned upside down when I lost my father when I was in my 10th standard. The entire family, relatives, friends stood against me and told, "You're responsible for your father's death. It's because the tensions you gave, because you were adamant to return back to your parents. You couldn't take that, and now you ended up in leaving all of us." So it was my mother who stood against all the odds, even though when she knew that she cannot support me financially down the lane, she still stood and fought all the relatives and told, "No, it's not her problem." She bestowed all her trust on me, faith on me, and told, "You will rock one day." And I will see that for sure. That is the day when I restarted my career in the second innings and joined Radisys. She saw me, she told, "Now you're settled and I'm done." She left me as well. She left the world. Today I miss her a lot, miss my dad as well, especially when I walk through this tech park, when I see people talking over the call. It matters a lot. I have none to call except yes, I do have my understanding husband. I'm blessed with my 2 sons, but I don't have someone to call as parent and talk over them. So each one of us a warrior. For me, the best warrior are my parents who sacrificed all their things just to ensure that I have a good education alone and rock in my life, ensure that my future family gets good education, lifestyle and stuff. They sacrificed all the things, all the basic things to be precise. That's it. I would like to salute them at this point of time. And thanks for giving me this opportunity. I'm talking in front of more than 2 people after 20 years. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Renuka. That was really a moving speech and really wonderful speech as well. I'm sure for most of us who would have thought somebody else as a warrior will now have, their picture changed, or somebody added, like, of course, parents to the top list of warriors, in fact. Thank you for that wonderful speech. Now, without further ado, we'll now quickly move to the evaluators report. So for Mokshat's speech, can we have Bhargavi give her evaluation? Bhargavi, over to you. Probably Aishwarya, you can quickly mention the time taken by the speaker.
Yes, okay. Bhargavi, so speaker 1, Mokshat, took 4 minutes, 57 seconds. And are we also having Renuka's evaluation right now?
Of course, we'll have that when I call.
Okay,
Gaurav.
so the minute Mokshat's speech was 4 minutes, 57 seconds long.
Yeah, Bhargavi, over to you. Thanks.
Thanks, Sharath. So the secret of getting ahead is getting started, said Mark Twain. And it holds so good today with the speech delivered by Mokshat. The fact that you took the big step of coming in front of us, delivering your first speech, itself says that it is not an easy task. And congratulations, Mokshat, for delivering your icebreaker speech. You have officially kickstarted your Toastmaster journey. Again, a round of applause for Mokshat, please. So, Mokshat, I felt your speech started the moment Sharath announced the title, which was Introvert to Extrovert. That itself kind of, made me think what he would say, right? I had that interest of how your speech is going to be. I would really say your speech or you had so much confidence when you were out there speaking to the audience as well as facing the screen.
We're not able to hear you.
We're not able to hear. Okay, now better.
Yeah.
You could hear my first part of it?
We heard a part of it.
Okay, so
So yeah,
can you hear me now,
you
right?
can start again. Yeah.
No, I had not rehearsed it. Okay. Okay, let me start again. So the secret of getting ahead is getting started, said Mark Twain. And that holds so true for both the speeches that came in today and for Mokshit's speech. The fact that you actually came on stage and delivered that speech is not an easy task. And congratulations for delivering your first speech, icebreaker speech, and kick-starting your Toastmasters journey there. Mokshit, I feel you had so much confidence when you came onto the stage and delivered it. I could sense the eye contact that you had with the people in the room, as well as you were constantly looking at the screen to kind of get that validation or acknowledgement from the people who are online, which was a very good thing. And I see, the moment that you started the speech, there was this question of what is City of Dreams, right? You were trying to get some inputs from the audience as well, which is a very good thing to have in a speech. And another thing, a very important thing is we generally humans, right? We attentively listen to stories. And the fact that you started the whole journey as a story from a third party angle, right? You were not saying it as if it was you, but it was someone else. That sort of kind of enhanced the speech, I would say. And that's the power of stories and narratives, right? So you're really going in the right direction there. There are few things that I probably would nitpick. This is your first speech. There's nothing more that we need to really say. But a few things like, I thought when you said you moved from an introvert, right? You've been introvert through your school, high school, and eventually in college is when you became an extrovert. What triggered? What triggered the change? Probably if you had given some instances, given the fact that you had almost 1 minute more time left with your speech. So that is few things, right? Otherwise, I feel, you're there. I'm looking forward to seeing more speeches from you in the future. And obviously ended with a quote, which was very inspiring and motivating. So congratulations again, Mokshit. Back to you, Toastmaster Sharath.
Thank you, Bhargavi, for the very detailed evaluation. And yes, I also really liked the way how Mokshat was looking at the screen and the audience both. But anyways, yes, thank you for the very detailed evaluation. Now, without further ado, we can quickly move on to our second evaluator, that is Gaurav, who will be evaluating Renuka. So Renuka, probably you can come in front of Suman's screen, and Aishwarya, if you could confirm Renuka's timing, then we can get started. Gaurav, over to you. Thank you.
Renuka's timing was an almost perfect 6 minutes, 28 seconds. 6
Sorry,
minutes,
Ashwin.
6 minutes, 28 seconds.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Sharath and Toastmaster Aishwarya, for sharing the informations regarding Renuka's speech. A very good evening, friends and Renuka. First of all, congratulations for completing your icebreaker speech. Dear friends, I found, and I feel all of us have found a very interesting message from the Renuka speech. That was, who is a warrior? And in her very first line, she said, warrior is someone who fight until the last breath. That is her definition of the warrior. And I feel that is something which all of us should try in our all the to achieve our goals, to all of our aims. We should try with this dedication and motivation. So thank you, Renuka, for bestowing such a wonderful message to all of us. And definitely, we all learn the importance of fighting till the end. Friends, I would like to mention a couple of amazing things which I felt in Renuka's speech. So first amazing thing which I felt was the way she started. At the start of your speech, when you ask a question, basically you engage whole audience. You tell audience to think about those questions and the situations. And that's how you grab the attention. So Renuka, you did a great job there. The second important thing which I felt in your speech, you explained about the hardship and hard work which your parents put together uh, to help you with all the things and to support your needs. That was a very emotional and personal experience which you shared with us. And I feel we all are human. So these emotions are something which can grab people's attention, and it can uh, pull our emotions as well. And it is a very nice way to build your story with the emotion, which helps in like creating a sequence or a series or flow, which makes your speech very engaging. And the third thing which I felt was your confidence. The moment you came to the stage and you started asking the question, and then the way you presented your speech was amazing. And that confidence is something which all of us should put in our speeches. Just one or two recommendations I have for your speech. The first one was, as you are speaking in front of the stage, and you were trying to show a couple of moments, like when you explained about your like childhood days, and when you were explaining about how it was in your childhood and what all things you used to do at that time. Maybe you would have used the stage area a little bit more. It would have helped people to travel with your story. And another point what I felt was your starting was amazing. You started with a engaging question, but if you just try to end it with another question or a quote, I think it creates a circle, a complete circle for the stories or for the speeches, and it would have created a very resounding effect on all of us. So to summarize it, kudos to your the way you started, the engaging story which you put in front of us. And if you just improve on the usage of stage and trying to complete your story in a circle, I think you are going to deliver amazing speeches in your future projects. Thank you.
Thank you, Gaurav, for the detailed evaluations. This will definitely help the first-time speakers to improve the next time they give the speech. And congrats, Renuka, once again on your icebreaker speech completion. Now, without further ado, we can now move on to the next speeches. So for the next speaker, the third speaker, I would like to request Toastmaster Richard to come on front of the screen before I introduce. Yes, you are visible. Can you just say test 1, 2, 3? Probably, yeah. Learning Hub needs to be unmuted. The one with the wireless mouse.
Is it fine now?
Yes, yes. Can you? No. We have to unmute the room. Yeah.
Unmuted.
Yeah. Can you say test 1, 2, 3 for now?
Test 1, 2, 3.
Okay, perfect. So for the next speech, for the next icebreaker speech, we have Richa. So just to quickly introduce, she is part of the DTA4 project with the background in access networks testing. And she has joined Radisys 1.5 years back in November 2022. And the title of her speech is Here I Am. Richa, here I am. Here I am, Richa. Over to you.
Thanks, Sharon. So, hi everyone. I am really excited to be part of this Toastmaster Club. A little nervous while giving my first speech. I think all of us would have gone through that phase. So, thanks for being part of this club and having me here. So I'll start. Yeah. So it has actually taken 13 whole years for me to be finally here in this room, which I thought maybe 13 years back when I joined, when I started my career, when I heard about Toastmasters, I wanted to be part of the Toastmasters Club because it felt really exciting to deliver a public speech without fear and with confidence. So I wanted to be part of it, but it has taken almost 13 years now from where I'm standing today. But I'm really happy that I have made it to this stage. So here I am delivering my first speech for Icebreaker. So I would like to talk about a little why maybe it has taken 13 long years for me to reach this stage. So in my early childhood days, I was not able to pronounce some of the words which started with a vowel sound. So whenever I used to get nervous, I had this nervousness, and in that I was not able to maybe speak properly. I used to stammer. So that instilled a fear in me that I can never be able to do a public speaking. I would like to tell a short story, maybe what happened in my school days. So I'm a KV pass out, and my mother is a teacher in the same school. So you may be thinking that maybe it bestows upon a lot of good things when your mother is in the same school, but it also brings upon a baggage of getting so much importance among the teachers, or everyone notices you. So that is one thing. And so once what happened? So has it ever happened to you that you know an answer, but you are unable to answer that? So it has happened. So what happened? I was in my 6th class, and it was a Hindi lecture going on. I was sitting with 2 of my friends, and someone cracked a joke, and maybe we laughed. So the teacher noticed us, and she asked me to stand up, and she asked me a very simple question. I was a good student, by the way, and I knew the answer, what the answer had to be. I still remember the answer. The answer was, and I'm so proud that I can say it now, the answer was Avya Bhav Samas. But since it started with the letter A, I felt so nervous that I thought maybe if I speak it out, I may stammer, and that nervousness built on, built on. And I thought maybe it is better to be silent in that moment, better to face that, okay, let it be. I don't know the answer, but at least people will not judge me for me being not able to speak up. So from there it started, and then over some time in my childhood, like I was afraid of public speaking because of the problem I just explained. Eventually, I realized that it is not something I am lacking. It is something maybe because I'm not prepared, I am nervous, or because I have less confidence. That is why I was stammering when I was speaking something. So over the years, I tried to manage, I tried to gain more confidence to overcome that fear of public speaking. And finally, here I am in front of all of you, try to overcome all those fears of my childhood and overcome the fears of public speaking. So I really thank all of you for listening to me. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Richa, and congrats on completing your icebreaker speech. Of course, it's not easy. Of course, you spoke about all your challenges and still you came and then you gave your speech. Kudos to that. And now, quickly moving on to the 4th speaker of today. Can we have Toastmaster Sumant stand in front of the screen? Yes, yes. Can you just say test 1, 2, 3?
Test 1, 2, 3.
Okay, You're audible and visible. So here we have Toastmaster Suman to give his icebreaker speech. I tried to get some introduction from him, but unfortunately I couldn't. So let me tell you from what I know. I know that he is into workouts. He go do the gymming a lot. He is one of the few employees in Radisys who utilizes the gym. So if you have any doubts in terms of workouts, you know who to approach. Keep going, Sumant, on that. So that will be your quick introduction. And the title of Sumant's speech today is Change of Interests. Sumant, change of interests. Change of interests. Sumant, over to you.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'm going to take you through some of the interests that have been changed throughout the years that I have had earlier. So, I'm from Malur, actually. It's a small town in Kolar, where when I say I'm from Kolar, people assume that I'm from KGF because of the popularity that this movie had. So I have to explain them saying that KGF is a town, and they ask all questions, all sort of questions, saying that have you ever met KGF? Sorry, Yash, when shooting was going on. Have you ever met Srinidhi Shetty? Is she that really pretty that how she is appeared on movie? So I have to explain them saying that no, it's all it's just a story, and they also ask me whether it is true or. So it's a small town similar to KGF, but it is quite far away from KGF also. So that is that's just introduction about myself. And coming to the interests that I have had, so I did my schooling in my place, Malur. And while I was doing this schooling, I had this interest to play cricket. I was very crazy about cricket. I was really obsessed about cricket because it's a typical Indian youngster's mindset. If you're not playing cricket, then you're not an Indian. It's as as similar to it. So even I had I had that sort of craze about cricket, and because almost all the years while I was doing schooling, I spent playing cricket, which my parents did not like, obviously. So cricket is something which was very close to my heart, I should say. And also, I aspire to become a cricketer one day. And most of you would be thinking, I just want to ask a question, like how many of you like 2020 T20 cricket and ODI cricket? You like? But I like Test cricket a lot. This is something which is a surprising thing for most of you, because Test cricket is the original cricket. So I wanted to, I always admired these shots like cover shot, defense, and the pull shots and all those things. So this kind of inspired me to become a cricketer, but that did not work out anyways. So due to pressure from the family and due to the studies, I could not do it. So I completed my 10th, and while I was about to enter second PUC, I had a dilemma saying that whether I have to take commerce or whether I have to take science. I ended up taking commerce because science, I hated maths. I was so bad at maths that if you see this meme, I just saw a meme where they say that the teacher asks for A plus B whole square formula, answer. And the student replies as Shah Rukh Khan. So I'm that bad, I'm that bad in mathematics. So I could not take up science. So I took up commerce. After I completed my pre-university, I entered Bangalore. I have done my graduation here. I have done my MPA here. So when I entered graduation, there was a sudden change of interest. So I had to take acting as a career. I believe that acting is something which I liked. I always admired acting. That too, acting in the sense it's not just for the fame or money. I admired acting for the art. I always wanted to play a bigger role. I always wanted to play a role which is mentally challenged. So all these sort of kind of interests that I had, but somehow due to the pressure of studies, I could not take up that also. But even now, I have that interest, but I don't know if I could, be successful in that. So after that, the next interest was when I completed my MBA. Now I always, throughout my life, I always want to do something to the society. So that is the main end goal of mine, which is ongoing still. So I thought, okay, if it is about serving the society, why not politics? Why not we take a politics as option? Because politics explores everything about the serving of society. So I am interested in politics, and also something, if I get an opportunity, I could I could do something in politics. And also politics. Why politics? You might ask, why politics? Because I always been a die-hard patriot. I love myself. Somebody calls me as an Indian. So I like that. So I want to serve the society. I want to serve the nation in some or the other way. So politics and social service is something which can make me happen, which can make that happen, which can make that come true. So hopefully, to do social service, I cannot be reluctant with my speeches, with my thoughts, perception. So I have to express it in front of the people. So that's the reason Toastmasters have bestowed that option to me, so that I can utilize that option, or I can utilize that opportunity. And definitely, I'm sure that I will break all this nervousness that I have, and do something to the society and contribute something to the society. So that's my speech. That's about my speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sumant, for that wonderful speech, and congrats on completing your icebreaker speech. Now, with that, we complete the speeches segment, and we can quickly move on to the evaluation segment. Now, to continue with the evaluations, first, I would like to call the evaluator of Richa, that is I myself. So I would like to give the evaluation for Richa. So Richa, yes, you are there on the screen. Yes, Richa. Congrats on completing your icebreaker speech. Congrats on taking that bold first step. And I really loved your title, Here I Am. That itself is a bold statement. Like you are ready to move and take more challenges, right? So that's a wonderful title. For your evaluations, I also liked like how you spoke about your journey, how 13 years back you wanted to join the Toastmasters, and hey, I'm happy that we could give you the platform to finally join the Toastmasters as part of SoundBytes Club. Welcome to the SoundBytes Club. And it's I also noticed that how you mentioned about how you had a stammering problem, how difficult it is for a person to gain confidence after that, right? You have something like that, and then you had maybe a bad experience before. To overcome that fear, that adds up to the fear of public speaking, and still you are here. Here you are is what I would like to say for your title. Here I am. So kudos to that. So for your evaluations, I would like to do the WWC approach. Like first, I would like to say what went well. Then I would talk about what could have been improved, and then probably some of the challenges. So among what went well, you appeared confident. That was nice. In icebreaker speeches, most of the times the speaker appear nervous, but you were not at all appearing nervous. And you interacted with the audience as well. That was nice to see how you in between asked, whether you ask the question or you interact somehow with the audience, that you did. I like that. Now, in what could have went better, when it comes to body language, right? You can probably, because you are there, you have a lot of space around you. You were slightly restrictive, I felt, because you are standing in the same area, and then just the hand gestures were there. Probably you can utilize the space around a bit more. Probably walk a bit front or back or something like that. That would have been better in terms of body language. And I feel your speech could have been better structured. I felt like it suddenly jumped from your personal experience from Toastmasters to maybe sixth standard experience and things like that, your teacher, school time experience. So there was a bit jumping here, there. I feel like a proper structure, like either a flow or you start with the quote and then you go back and end with the same quote. So something like that, a better structure would have been better. Other than that, other than that, it was all good. And in challenges, I would like to challenge something like voice modulation. That is something you can try the next time you give a speech, because the voice modulation, like if there is some angry, you use loud noise, or if there is a surprise element, something like that, something, and then different type of voice modulation, change your voice tone a bit and play around a bit. That would definitely enhance your speech. That's all I had to say as part of evaluations. Kudos once again. Congrats on completing your icebreaker speech. Thank you. So that's all from me as an evaluator. Now, moving on, coming back to the structure, I'd like to quickly move on to the next evaluation. So for evaluating Suman's speech, can I request Aishwarya to come forward and give your evaluation to Sumant? Over to you. Thank you.
You can start. Sharad,
I will be timing. I will be timing you.
Okay, thank you.
I will show the screen. So I hope it is visible.
It's not.
What about, I think I need to change the effects. 1 second,
okay.
1 second. I'll just quickly remove the effects. Apply. Yes. Now you will be able to see.
Yes,
The color
I
will
can-
change. Okay.
All right, sure, thank you.
All right, over to you.
Good afternoon. First of all, Toastmaster Sumant, a very hearty congratulations on completing your icebreaker. It is a fabulous step forward, and I am very excited to see how your journey progresses in Toastmasters. Now, I will follow a similar approach to what Toastmaster Sharad did with his evaluation, which is what went well, what could have been improved, and what challenge I can throw for you in your next speech. What went well? Pretty much everything went well. I absolutely loved how you stood with confidence. I liked that you had your hands in front, and because that is what we are taught, that you keep your hands in front and don't move around so people don't get distracted. And I liked how you used the space in the sense you looked at the screen so that you could work off of people's reactions. You made eye contact with people, so that was fabulous when it comes to body language. Very, very well done. About the speech itself, I really liked the way it was structured. You spoke about your interests, the speech being change of interest. So you spoke about how your interest changed from cricket as a boy, and then you went on when you went into school, you went into, or rather when you went into college, it became acting, which is something we have in common, by the way. And then you moved into work life, and because you weren't able to take from acting, so you said social service is something that you wanted to do. And I like how you connected it to politics, because politics is the ultimate social service, and that is just absolutely fantastic. So I really, really loved how you showed an evolution of your interests. So very, very well done. A few other things was I really liked the audience interaction where you asked a couple of questions, expected answers, and you introduced humor and relatability in the form of whether it was talking about KGF or whether it was talking about memes. Very, very well done. Now, improvement. I think you can use the space that you have, move around. So, like I just did, talked about school. So I'm in one portion of the, then you talked about college. So in another portion, you talk about acting and doing stuff. Use your hands, move a little bit. That will enhance the user experience, basically, because I'm sitting from the audience. You want to act, show me that you can. Another thing is, well, that's largely what I thought you could improve. And my challenge would then be related to the same thing, which is use body language in your next speech. And with that, I will conclude my evaluation. Thank you so much. I think you did a fabulous job. And I think everyone here did a fabulous job, but very, very well done. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the detailed evaluation, Toastmaster Aishwarya. And please note down your time was 3 minutes and 3 seconds. 3 minutes and 3 seconds. All right. Now we can quickly move on to the other reports as part of evaluations. Can we have Harshita give the grammarian report? Harshita, over to you.
Yeah, sure, Sharath. I'll just share my screen as well. Yeah, coming to first speech by Mokshat, he used who wants many times. Actually, both are correct, but just I want to tell everyone the usage actually. If the question is posed on the basis of group conversation and to one or more than one, sorry, to more than one, then we can use who want. And if if it is used in individual concentration for one person in the sense of one person, we can use who wants. Yeah, that's all. I did not find any other issues as part of it. And next, Renuka, her speech also fine. It seems to be fine for me, and I'm completely involved so that I cannot find any grammar issues. Yeah. Next, it's by Gaurav for second evaluation. He used discerning effect, just like you can see the meaning, usage of new words in his evaluation. That's all. Third speech by Richa. She used some new words like instilled and stammering. It is good to hear. And during her speech, she used it has happened one time while explaining her past. She can use it had happened. That's all. Otherwise, while explaining her childhood or past, it has been conveyed properly only. Next, fourth speech by Sumant. He used it like I hated maths, something like that. He should use I hate maths because that action is forever for him. Means it's like continuing for him. So that can be conveyed. That should be conveyed in present tense. That's all. And he used some good words like reluctant, and he used multiple times. And next word of the day is been used by Sharath 2 to 3 times actually. And by Renuka used once. And Gaurav used once in his evaluation. Sumant used once. Maybe I missed something, but some tracking by Mokshat and Renuka. I'm not able to note actually. Yeah, that's so. This is the grammarian report. Thank you, everyone. Over to you,
Sure.
Sharath.
Sure. Thank you so much, grammarian Harshita, for the very detailed report and sharing the report as well on screen. Now, quickly moving on, I heard from Aishwarya that we have both timer report and our counter report with her. So probably, Aishwarya, can we have the timer report first and then followed by the our counter report? Over to you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Sharath. Just to quickly explain what our counter is, because we didn't introduce the role earlier during the meeting, so it's not a very strict report. I'm going to keep it very casual. First, our counter, since I already started talking about it, sorry. Our counter is basically where the role taker counts the number of hours, ers that you're using, and also you also keeps a track of the crutch words you use. What are crutch words? Words like, so, I mean, things like that. So words that you use because you're not able to think fast enough and convert your thought into speech. So when you are using these things, these will be counted. And what that does is it helps you keep track of the way you speak, makes the time more efficient. So you can use the time more efficiently and ensure that you're not wasting time on using crutch words and hours and So Bhargavi had less than 10. This is an order of speech. Bhargavi had less than 10. Mokshat, you had a fair few, which was over 15. You had usage of ers and rs, and you did use the word so quite frequently. Renuka, you had less than 10, and you used the word a lot. Gaurav had under 10, didn't find any use of any clutch words, but he's not here. Richa didn't have too many, actually, so I didn't count more than 10 ers and rs. Sumant, you were actually surprisingly very, very clean. So under 5, I didn't see too many ers and rs. So well done on that for your icebreaker. That's fantastic. Sharath also, I didn't count too many. I did notice a few in Harshita, but that's okay. I don't know how many I used. I do use quite a few, so you can count and tell me. Okay, timer report. Mokshat, the speech was 4 minutes 57 seconds. Evaluator Bhargavi completed her evaluation in 2 minutes 45 seconds. Renuka's speech was a near perfect 6 minutes 28 seconds, and Gaurav's evaluation lasted 3 minutes 52 seconds, so a little bit over time. Speaker number 3, that was Richa, 4 minutes 13 seconds. Now I want to point something out, which is that you did your greetings first and then you said that you would start. The time starts the minute there is a single word uttered when you are in the speaking space, or if there is an action that is made. So your time had already started by the time you said that you would start, and which basically meant that if you had ignored that time, your speech would have been quite a bit shorter than the actual 4-minute mark. So work on that a little bit and make sure that you rehearse your speech in advance so it at least meets the qualification mark. Yeah. Sharath, 3 minutes 14 seconds for your evaluation. Sumant, you took 5 minutes 58 seconds. And I took 3 minutes 3 seconds for my evaluation. And that's the counter plus timer report. Thank you.
Thank you, Aishwarya, for the report on our counter as well as the timer. And just to again reiterate here for those who are new, we have this concept of plus or minus the, not plus, minus, I'm not sure, Aishwarya. I think plus, right? Plus 30 seconds is okay. If the time is over time by 30 seconds, it's okay. Up to 30 seconds is allowed. That's why she said 6 minutes 28 seconds is okay, because the 30 seconds mark is okay. Normally when you come to future speeches, it is 5 to 7 minutes, but for icebreaker speeches normally it is 4 to 6 minutes. Okay, thank you for the detailed report. Now we can quickly move on to the next important segment, that is voting. I see that there are quite some people who have joined, like Prasang, Avinash. I hope you were able to see most of the speeches. Apologies that we didn't have a table topic segment today, but please do note that it's equally important to hear a speaker speak. So we get to learn a lot from the speaker as well as from the evaluators. So that's why we kept it as a speech marathon. Now, without further ado, I would like to utilize this time for voting. I am going to copy the link here. The feedback links probably later can be shared because I am very bad at it. I am a supplementary Saturday. So I have, yes, I have posted it in the chat here. So whoever is there in the room, please either you can, I think even the phones would work in your phone if your Teams is installed. Please utilize that few minutes, or if you have a laptop, please feel free to do the same. It should work on your phone as well. Let's take it a minute. Meanwhile, if anybody has anything to say about today's session, or anything for that matter in general comments, please feel free to do so. But please do vote. Okay, just quickly excuse me for 1 second. Somebody's there at the door.
Okay, in the meantime, while we are waiting for all of this, I would like to show the team the trophies we have won and also distribute these. So these, Moksha, this is a pin that you get for being a member of club, SoundBytes Club.
Okay.
Because we had the required membership and we had completed the pathway selection on time. So every member gets this, which is the Spirit of District 92 pin that every member gets. So here's the thing, you get to wear this pin whenever you go to a Toastmasters meeting. All right. And the best thing to do always generally is to wear a blazer and then show off the pins because that's what you'll see everybody doing. And I would, for those on camera, let me show you what this pin looks like. It's a really beautiful golden color pin with District 92 written on it. And all members, paid members, please do collect it from me whenever you're in office. Thank you. Yeah, this is yours and this is yours. And congratulations on your icebreakers and receiving this. What you get, Harshita, when you're in office next, please let me know. Sharat,
Yeah, sure, I shall.
Sharat,
I
in
will
fact,
collect
I
from
think
you.
you can leave this in your
Yeah, absolutely.
Your
What you
desk.
can do is, behind my desk, right, there are that
Yeah,
bigger
the-
drawer
yeah.
that is not locked. You can probably open one of them and keep it inside.
Perfect. So I'll do it. I'll put it there. And so here is the award that we received for Super 7 because we completed TLI training for all 7 members, all 7 extra members both times. So this is the Super 7 award that we received. Congratulations, everybody, all extra members, of which only 3 are right now here and 4th one here. But this is what we get when we do this. This is the other trophy that we got for the Spirit of District 92 award. This is awesome. Also, this is a lot of hard work that has gone into this, and just generally getting our club name, across and getting everybody to notice SoundBytes. So we are going to keep up the efforts and we are going to try to maintain this level of dedication that we have. So I really look forward to your support. And this is a little bit to my own horn to say, because I got this as a part of the coronation crew, which happened this last weekend, that I was telling everybody, register, because it's going to be such an amazing event. And nobody came. So I had to go on stage alone to receive this award, which was a really big deal. But because I was MC, I got to interact with so many people and watch the best speeches of District 92 and see who goes and who advances to the regional quarterfinals. And region is at a national level, basically. After which you go to the international level, there's quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. So it's a huge, huge deal. We had as a keynote speaker the world champion of 2014, who is the only South Asian to have won the world champion public speaking contest in Toastmasters. And it was absolutely mesmerizing to listen to him speak. We had some amazing other panelists and keynote speeches, but I think the best thing that I took away from this entire weekend was the number of connections that I made. And this is exactly why I am urging, like insisting that when there are division level, area level contests that are held or any kind of events, please register because you will find out what Toastmasters can do for you. Because our club is very small and people are not regular. And, unless you are regular and you're committed to it, the improvement is not going to be seen immediately. But I want you to be able to go to these and see where you can go because some of these speakers are brilliant. They have the power to grab your attention and hold on to it like you're sitting at the edge of your seat, listening to every word with rapt attention. And that is what you can do. Because anyone can do it. And it's just about committing to this journey. So I really hope that everybody here, a lot of them have dropped off, but I really hope everybody here will actually, you started your icebreakers, now move on, complete level 1, complete level 2, just get that triple crown, finish 3 levels in 1 year. It's going to be epic. And you can, it's such a pride badge of honor that you can wear at this things. Like, I have a triple crown. That's how much I work in a Toastmasters year. It's fabulous. So yeah, this is what I want to do. This is my monologue, my rambling. Thank you for listening. Please do collect your pins from Sharath. Sharath, you are now responsible. I've hand over the responsibility to you because I had to sign there. Then I will give it to all the members and I will ensure that they get it. It's your responsibility.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. As a VP Education, Aishwarya, so happy to see that you received the award and was so happy to see the photograph. Thanks on behalf of the entire XCOM that you represented as MC. Also, that also gives a round of applause to Aishwarya for emceeing in such a big event like Coronation. That gives us a lot of visibility. Because that's what it's a PR. That's all. The more
All about
people
PR.
get to know about our club, about our company, so it's good for the company as well, right? So thank you, thanks Aishwarya for that, and apologies that could not make it. Probably the next one when you are the president, let's try if we can do it.
Maybe we can like fight a little bit for budget and get the company responsibility 50% of those.
Yes. If the situation gets better, yes, we can
Yeah.
also try for a lot of additional stuff. Yes. Thank you. And yes, with that, that also is very proud for us that, with a very limited budget, we were able to achieve so many trophies, maybe so many trophies this year. So it's a lot of hard work from everybody, not just XCOM, from every member. So that goes for the new members. So please, we do look out for your support. Whenever we have level completions, we do get points. So it's important that you proceed further in your journey. It will help personally you. Secondly, it will also help us as a club. Okay, so thank you. And without further ado, we can quickly move on to the voting results. And since I'm not so great at essay, I think so I'll not share the certificate, share the screen and show the certificate, but I will be announcing the names. Okay, so the first one is best auxiliary role player. The best auxiliary role player, basically for the timers and our counter. It goes to Aishwarya for our counter. Actually, unplanned role. Kudos for the receiving the award for the unplanned role for today.
Thank you.
Yeah. So best role player is auxiliary role player is Aishwarya, and best speaker, the most awaited award, of course. The best speaker for today goes to Sumant. Kudos to you, Sumant, and well done. It's a great, hopefully, it's a great motivation for others to give speeches as well in the upcoming sessions. And then coming to the best evaluator for today goes to Bhargavi. So I think Bhargavi had to leave due to some other meeting, but a poor thing, she had to do it twice. The first time she said it was even amazing. Actually, she used some quote, and then I was feeling bad for her, but nevertheless she won the best evaluator. So kudos to Bhargavi. So that's all from the results, and the certificates will be shared to the winners shortly from me. And with that, we can kind of conclude. So me as a president now back, and thanks everybody. Thanks for coming in person. And hopefully this will be a good motivation for other new members to give their icebreaker speeches as well. Kudos to all the icebreaker speakers today, and congrats on completing the icebreaker speech once again. And thanks everybody. Thank you everybody for joining, and looking forward to more happening sessions in the upcoming months. And with that, we can close for today. Thanks everybody. Have a great rest of the evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye guys. Bye guys. Well done.